In this morning's U.S. Bank Economic 360, we're talking about market sectors. Those are the 10 different industry classifications that are used for stocks. Later this summer, there's going to be an additional sector added to the mix. U.S. Bank Vice President and Senior Portfolio Manager Mike Denneman is with Business Watch producer Kelly Leon to tell us what it all means. Mike and Kelly.
Thanks, Peg. Mike, thanks for being here.
Good morning.
So don't leave us hanging. What are these industry sectors?
Sure. So at base, they are just a method for grouping together all of the stocks out there by what it is that a particular company does, what industry it's in. So as Peg said, there are 10 of them. And so, you know, you think about all the stocks out there. So to fit all of those into 10 categories, naturally they have to be fairly broad. But still, it's a pretty efficient way of grouping together similar stocks. So there's a sector for telephone companies and a sector for healthcare companies, tech companies, so on and so forth. So the organization that runs the classification system called S&P Dow Jones Indexes, they are, as Peg said, adding an index. It'll be in September. And you know, it's fairly newsworthy that this is happening. It's the first time there's been an update to the system since 1999, so it's been a while. And essentially what they're doing again is creating a new sector. This one will be for real estate stocks. Real estate. Or what are technically called real estate investment trusts, or their common abbreviation, REIT. And so these stocks are right now lumped in with the financial company sector, so banks, insurance companies, brokerage firms. And so what S&P is going to do is simply carve out that subset of the real estate stocks, set them aside, and create a new standalone sector just for real estate.
So why? Why is it important to carve out real estate?
Well, you know, it does make some sense, but to understand it, it's probably first best to understand what exactly an REIT does. And so in very basic terms, these are companies that will pool funds from investors and use it to purchase commercial properties, office buildings, apartment buildings, shopping malls. And then in turn, they take the lease and rent payments and they pass that money back to their investors. So it's actually a pretty efficient way for the average investor to get a piece of large real estate deals. So that's vaguely financial in nature. So if you were going to put those real estate stocks into one of the existing sectors, financials probably makes the most sense. But even then, it's not really a great fit. So S&P, recognizing that it's a bit of a mismatch, again, they're just going to carve out the real estate stocks and give them their own sector.
So quickly, last question, what does this mean for the investors?
For most folks, right off the bat, probably not a whole lot. I don't think people are going to rush out and remake their entire portfolio just because of a new sector. But I think the awareness portion is probably the most important outcome. REITs right now are, for the most part, overshadowed by the other financial companies. I mean, everybody knows what a banking stock is, but how many people are really familiar with a real estate investment trust? So by having their own sector, it kind of raises awareness. They get a little exposure, and it probably brings attention to a group of stocks that, for most investors right now, is pretty much under their radar.
Okay. All right. Well, interesting. Thanks, as usual, for being here. You've got your golf tie on, I see.
That's right.
Nice.
U.S. Open, final round today.
Now, that's not as interesting as our topic, but...
Hey, golf courses are real estate.
Good way to end. Thanks so much, Mike.